I want to fight against Islam, which I would love to do it. No problem. Like, this is competition, you know. I'm not gonna lose my life inside that octagon. So I beat him and get the third title. That will be the best scenario.
Islam now needs to happen. But if Islam beats JDM, Islam versus Ilia at 170 is fucking insane. Ilia is probably considered one of the greatest of all time.
Islam can fight him, but I think Islam will be one of the greatest challenges he would have. Because they're both just next.
He deserves.
I think if he move up and he beat somebody like Topuria or Charles Oliveira,
Islam becomes the welterweight world champion. For sure, I'm gonna push for that shot also, and I will move to the welterweight division.
After nearly finishing Charles Oliveira, Ilia Topuria has now set his sights on Islam Makhachev. The newly crowned lightweight champ believes he has what it takes to beat Makhachev and possibly capture a third championship belt in the process.
I think there's a space for the
Ilia Topuria is considering a move to welterweight if Islam Makhachev wins a title in that division. He mentioned he'd chase that fight and push for a title shot, showing just how serious he is about becoming a multi-division champion. His ambition speaks volumes about his mindset and drive.
Becomes the welterweight world champion. For sure, I'm gonna push for that shot also, and I will move to the welterweight division.
Topuria firmly believes he can defeat Islam Makhachev at welterweight and become a three-division title holder. He revealed that he's already trained with welterweights and felt powerful and confident in those sessions. Ilia thinks he can stop anyone at 170, which is why a third belt feels within reach.
A press conference you did today where you said, I'm not done with Islam Makhachev. If he wins the welterweight title and he's going to stay up there, I want to go after him. Bro, you've accomplished everything you said you would do. Why do you believe that you can be a three-weight world champion? That's, 25 pounds in total to cross over. Like,
why not? I don't know. I used to train with people who fight in the welterweight division, and I feel very good. We have very competitive rounds, and I feel that I can dominate and knock out anyone in this.
Islam Makhachev hasn't ruled out a return to lightweight. He shared that he's still undecided, but if an exciting opportunity rises, he'd consider it. For now, he remains focused on what's ahead, but a comeback to 155 isn't off the table entirely.
Weight cut to lightweight that stands out as the most challenging one?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we will see.
Yeah.
If something interesting coming to me, we'll see.
Ilia responded to Islam's comments about a potential return to lightweight by saying he'd prefer to fight him at 170. He explained that it would give him a chance to win a third belt by defeating Islam at welterweight, making the victory even more meaningful.
Makhachev did an interview and said he's not ruling out coming back down to 155. Would you rather fight him at 170 to get that third title, or would you be willing to fight him at 55 because that's the division that people say he might be the best at?
It would be much better for me to fight him in 170, and I will beat him and get the third title.
Islam Makhachev also opened up about his own dream of becoming a double champ. He said winning the belts is a rare achievement and something many fighters aim for. It's a chance to make history, and Islam wants to be among the few who've done it.
Clarify, did they make you give up the lightweight title?
The General Shahuna and everybody? Yeah. Of course, this is the dream, man. This is the dream for the all champions. And we know many champions, but not is there from them double. That's why everybody want to be double champ. Everybody want to be UFC champ, but we don't have many people who have two belts. That's why.
Yeah,
I want to be one of them,
When asked if he thinks Islam moved up to avoid him, Ilia Topuria said no. He admitted Islam isn't afraid and probably moved up because of personal goals. Ilia added that their fight can still happen. Either he goes up or Islam comes back down, keeping the door open for a future clash.
It was meant to be Islam, that was the big talk, but he moved up to welterweight. Do you believe he moved up to welterweight to avoid you, or because he has his own goals?
Because he has his own goals. This is what I think.
Do you still think that's a fight that should happen? You guys are both forging legacies in different weight divisions. Do you think that's a massive fight that should happen?
We'll see how he does in the welterweight division. If he wins the title, I win the title in the lightweight division. Maybe I move up or he comes down to the lightweight division and we have the fight that everyone.
Topuria opened up about why he wants to fight Islam Makhachev, while acknowledging that Islam is a phenomenal fighter and a real beast. Ilia said he thrives on true competition. He's not interested in easy wins or taking fights he knows he can dominate. Instead, he wants to go up against opponents who push him and excite the fans. That's exactly why he's targeting a showdown with Islam.
Yeah, he's a beast. Yeah. But I like the competition. And I don't like to be a bully and fight with people that I know 100% that I'm gonna whoop his ass. You know, I like to fight with people that the fans think that it's gonna be very competitive. That kind of expectations I like to create. So with Islam, I'm gonna have that. Doing again the rematch with people that I already.
It now seems this fight might happen sooner rather than later, especially after Khabib confirmed that Islam would fight Ilia once he defeated Charles Oliveira. Previously, Khabib made it clear that Islam wouldn't give title shots to champions from lower divisions unless they prove themselves. Now that Ilia has captured the lightweight belt, the stage is set for a potential clash with Makhachev.
He deserves.
I think if he move up and he beat somebody like Topuria or Charles Oliveira, he's next. Why not? Because there is nobody.
So you don't think right now Ilia deserves a shot at 155 pounds?
Without fighting in 155? Without? No, I don't agree. Because Islam already give chance. And people talk bad about like, oh, he fight 2 times with Volkanovski. But the UFC pushed this fight. And this fight was good in first fight. But why Islam have to give 3 times chance for 145 champion? Why? It's not fair for 155.
Before his victory at UFC 317, Ilia Topuria expressed his frustration with Islam's decision to move up to welterweight. He called Islam a hypocrite, reminding fans that Makhachev once supported giving chances to smaller fighters. Ilia argued that now, when he's asking for the same opportunity, Islam is avoiding him. He said it's unfair and the clearest example of hypocrisy he's ever seen in the sport.
If he move up and he beat somebody like Charles Oliveira, of course. You know what I think?
Yeah.
I think he can beat him.
Yeah.
I think he can beat him.
I like Charles, but I think so too.
No, I think Ilia can.
Ilia Topuria even criticized Islam's star power, saying he's not as popular as people think. He claimed that a fight with Paddy Pimblett would generate more hype than one with Islam. Ilia also said fans in Islam's home region aren't that excited to watch him live. He questioned Islam's charisma and claimed he doesn't have the star presence to be a true icon. Meanwhile, Shauna Ali insisted that Ilia versus Islam is the fight to make next. He said if Islam beats Jack Della Maddalena, about at 170 would be massive. He praised Ilia for knocking out Volkanovski, Holloway, and Oliveira, calling it legendary.
Seems like they don't want to do that too much anymore, right? Like Ilia had to give up his belt, you gave up your belt.
Yeah. Because, you know, I want to hold my belt from the lightweight, but it's not possible because I fight in January and we wait. If I fight with Maddalena, when it's going to be October, November, and fight again February, Ramadan is beginning, holding more than 1 year's lightweight belt, it's not what I want to do, you know.
Yeah, and not fair to the division.
Yeah. And it's not respect for all these guys, you know.
Michael Bisping praised Ilia Topuria as a dominant force and said he's incredible. He believes Topuria is on the path to becoming pound-for-pound #1, or will end up battling Islam for that top spot. Bisping said the matchup is bound to happen and mentioned that Joe Rogan joked he'd fly to Spain to commentate if it's held at Bernabeu Stadium. Bisping laughed, saying he'd love that job too. He said it's the kind of super fight worth crossing the globe to witness.